So now we have a 1915 graduate, Lihn Lam. Welcome.
So they say the first rule of CrossFit is to talk about CrossFit. And the second rule of CrossFit is to also talk about CrossFit. As someone who's been doing CrossFit for 10 months, I thought, you know what, it's probably time for me to follow this rule that I've just been trying so hard to resist. And so today, that's what we're going to talk about. For those of you who don't know, CrossFit is a fitness craze that is focused on constantly varied functional movements performed at high intensity. They're group classes where it's typically an hour and it consists of a warm-up, strength training, and conditioning or cardio. So fairly early on in my CrossFit career, I was finishing up some strength training and our coach JJ calls us all over and he says, okay, so for our conditioning, we're going to do something special today. He counts us all up, has a tiny little smile, and he goes, this is good. There's a lot of you. That means the suffering is going to be just a little bit better. What are you talking about, JJ? Today, the workout is 100 burpees for time. And when he said that, I broke into a sweat. For those of you who don't know what a burpee is, this is the movement. I get tired doing that once, and he was asking me to do this 100 times. And as I was contemplating my life choices and how I ended up in this class where I was asked to do this for 100 times, JJ lined us all up, the buzzer went off, and off we went. I told myself, well, I don't know if I'm going to make it, but I got to figure out some way to get through this, right? So I said, okay, I can do 10 burpees, take a pause, do it 10 times. I can do this. I think I can do this? No, let's do 5 burpees at a time for 20 rounds, and maybe I'll just make it through. So I did the workout, and I prayed to a lot of gods, and I did contemplate my life choices, and eventually, one by one, each of us finished the workout. At the very end, we were all on the floor dying, and our coach forced us to gather up and basically say, in what time did we finish this workout? Jody says 5 minutes and 40 seconds. How did she do that? Someone said 6:40. I think I got 9:10. Someone else finished in 14 minutes. Eventually, we all set our times, thanked all the gods that we were done, and high-fived each other and went about our day. This is not super typical of a CrossFit workout, but common enough that there's some things that you take away from these workouts, and there's some things that remind me every day of why I do this. One, self-doubt is super normal. I had no idea I was going to get through those 100 burpees, but somehow I broke down the problem, 5 times 20, and got through it. Also, this idea of just keep swimming. Even if you're not sure you're going to make it, even if you think your lungs are on fire and you're not going to get through, just keep doing it, because by breaking down that problem, eventually you'll build a greater whole. And the other thing is just know yourself and others. I finished in 10 minutes. Jody finished in 5. We all have our strengths and weaknesses, and the important part is just knowing what those things are. And as JJ liked to say, it's all about the people. The suffering is just a little bit better when you have a group to do it with. Thank you.